I'm just a worship pastor in a car talking to himself all alone. Oh, except you're here. But we're not, again, making eye contact because that would be weird because I'm driving and I want to live and you're watching a video. But here we are. Sometimes it's easier to have these conversations when we're not making eye contact. I don't know about you, but it seems like there's a lot of anxiety these days, a lot of stress. If you talk to people like, how you doing? Oh, I'm stressed, I'm busy, I'm feeling anxiety about this. From what I've read, our students, our youth, our children are experiencing higher levels of anxiety than they ever have before. And we don't know exactly what to do with it. Where is it coming from? Why are we... There's lots of questions, lots of confusion. I also find it interesting that recently, as you know, Queen Elizabeth died. There's been a lot of tributes. A lot of people have described her as a person of duty, but they've also described her as a calming presence in the midst of crisis. And they've been very emotional as they talk about her passing. I think for a lot of people, it's almost like they've lost a grandmother, or at least a grandmotherly figure who would speak this sense of peace and calm into their lives. Like the stereotypical British poster you've seen, keep calm and press on, or something like that. She was a symbol of peace and calm in the midst of crisis. But people die. She's gone. And so now what? I think for us as believers, we can look to the Word. There's two famous passages. I'm sure you've heard them. First of all, Psalm 139, verse 23 says, "Search me, O God. Know my anxious heart, test me and know my anxious thoughts." Philippians 4-6 says, "Do not be anxious about anything, but in every situation, by prayer and petition, with thanksgiving, present your requests to God." It doesn't say just, God, take away my anxiety. Psalm 139 says, know my anxious thoughts. Search me, know my thoughts. Philippians 4 says, don't be anxious. And then it says, basically pray. And I have to confess, I think I've usually seen that as a formula. If I'm anxious, I should pray, anxiety disappears. But that's not been my experience. When the disciples came to Jesus in Matthew 6, they say, "Teacher, teach us how to pray." He says, "This is how you should pray, our Father in heaven." When we say our Father, we're acknowledging his existence. We're acknowledging that there is a relationship. He is our Father, our Daddy. And in other words, we're entering again into that presence of God, our awareness of his presence that is with us. He hears us. We are not alone. That's where I think we can start to deal with anxiety. That's what it means when we take our prayers and our petitions to him with thanksgiving. In the context of relationship, in his presence. So the queen, she dies, she's gone. But the Father is always with us. That's where we find peace in the midst of anxiety. And that, I think, is a gift that we can give the world. That's what the world needs. It needs believers who have anxiety, but take it to the Lord. And in his presence, they are able to find peace and calm, even in the midst of the storm.